Welcome once again in the part 2 of topic influence line under the course structural theory. Okay, so topic, the next subtopic that is influence line for girders with floor system. Okay, so as you can see, we have here a figure to illustrate this topic. Okay, in the first, in the part 1, so the load or the live load that are moving is actually acting on the beam, okay, on the beam, okay, directly on the beam. Okay, but today, what if, what if we have a problem here, okay, the beam here, or the girder, okay, is this one, okay, that is the girder, and then the live load here, which is the car, is not directly loaded to this beam, no? So meaning, we are going to solve for the influence line for this girder or for this beam, but the live load is not directly acting on this girder. So there is a floor system. So the floor system, first, uh, the live load is acting on the deck, on the slab, the bridge, no? Okay? And then the deck will transfer the load of the car to the stringer. Okay? And from the stringer will transfer the load to the floor beam, and the floor beam will transfer the load to the girder. Okay? So meaning, what is the influence line if the uh, live load is not directly acting on the structure? Right? So for this example, okay, so there's a little additional, no? Meron tayong additional na gagawin, okay, to solve for for its influence line. Okay, so let's now go to the first example to better illustrate here for you to better understand how to solve this kind of problem. Okay, so the first problem here, we have here a structure or beam. Okay, so we have a beam here, no? This one, okay, this beam here. So this is the slab, okay, the upper portion, and this is the intermediate beams or the floor beams. Okay, so how can we solve for the influence line for this floor system? No, so this is the girders. Okay, this one. No, let me color that one. Okay, so first in the reaction, okay, to solve for the influence line for the reaction, it will be the same. No, it will be the same. Dun din sa part 1, no? How to solve that, no? So there's no changes in solving for influence line. Okay, for reactions will be the same, no? For in how we do it in the part 1. Okay? So there's no problem on that, no? If we are going to load here, okay, if we're going to load let me change the color. And so we're going to load a 1 unit moving load here. So it will be the same. So we have an RA here, and we have RD. Okay, so it will be the same in solving for the influence line for these two reactions here. So you will going to use you can use the two method. Okay, you will treat it as a whole as one, no? You will treat it as a beam. Okay, if you are going to solve for the reactions on D. Okay, so there's no problem about that. But the only problem here, so it will have a difference if we solve for its moment. Okay, on shear. Okay, so if you're going to cut, for example, at the middle, no? Okay, at the this segment, okay, the problem, okay, will always ask you what is the influence line for the uh, moment at panel BC. Okay, this is panel BC. This is the panel joint, okay, B, panel joint C, no? Okay, so let's solve first the shear, no? Okay, find the shear or influence line. Let me rephrase that question. Let me change the color. So draw the influence line of the shear and moment, okay, at panel BC. Okay, so let's first solve for the shear, no? So in drawing the influence line, we cannot use the Euler for this one. Okay, so we need to determine first the reactions or the equation for the reaction. No? So we have RA here. So this is X. This is the total will be 18 meters. So therefore, if you're going to have the moment here, okay, that's X, no? So X times RA. Okay. So we're going to solve here. Summation moment at D is equal to 0, positive clockwise. So that is RA times X, 18, sorry, times 18. Okay. And then minus 1 times 18 minus X. Okay. That is equal to 0. So RA natin, the equation will be equal to 1 minus X over 18. Okay. So next will be solving for RD. So RD here, summation forces along y is equal to 0, positive upward. We're going to negative solve for RD, negative 1 plus RD plus RA, that's 1 minus X over 18 equal to 0. So cancel na yung 1 dyan. So RD natin is equal to X over 18. So kompleto na tayo, no? So next na gagawin natin, for the shear, so V, at panel BC, so we have here are three, sorry. So magkakaroon na tayong 3 segment. Una-una segment will be 1 A to B. Okay? That is before you cut the segment BC. Okay? Before the one will go to this point, no? Between B and C. So the first segment is before nung panel na kinukuha natin. So ito 'yon. Ito, okay? So, that is when x is 0, okay? Between 0 to 6. Okay, yan yung segment number 1. So, pag nandun yung 1, kakat lang natin dito. Kaya, kakat lang natin dito. Okay, cut here. That's at that point. So, ang mangyayari, makikita natin. So, you will choose again left or right, no? So, same pa rin yung ating procedure in solving for the V. Okay, we will going to consider the right portion R dito, x over 18. And then ito yung shear natin. So pagka left, right ang ano natin, ang kinukuha natin, pataas yung ating V, no? Yan. Okay, so ito yung ating cut natin sa between segment. This is C, this is point D. So nasa pagka-cut natin is between B and C, no? Okay. So that's the free body diagram, FBD. So next, we're going to solve. So palitan ko ito. Parang labo, no? So summation forces along y is equal to 0. Positive upward. So we have v plus x over 18. Okay, is equal to 0. So ang v natin is negative x over 18. Okay, yun yung shear natin dito, no? So next segment natin is wag muna natin ilagay dito sa gitna, no? Lagpasan muna natin yung panel natin. So ibig sabihin nandito, panel CD. Okay, nandun siya. So after nung panel na kinukuhanan natin ng influence line. So that is when x is between, so this is 6, so 12, no? Yung point C, 12 na yan mula dito sa A to 18. Okay? So, ang free body diagram yan. So, ang kukunin natin yung pinakamadali will be the left part. Okay? Pag kinat natin yon, so, nandito yan. Okay? Nandyan yan. And then, this is your RA, no? That is 1 minus x over 18. Alright? So, this is point A, point B. So, this will be anywhere at the panels BC. Doon natin siya ikakat. So, we assume this is positive. So, downward yung ating V dito. So, yung 1 nasa panel CD na, kaya walang 1 dito. Okay, so next, summation forces along Y is equal to 0. Positive upward, we have 1 minus x over 18 minus V is equal to 0. So, the shear is at this situation, okay, is equal to 1 minus x over 18. Okay? Okay, so next, ito na yung nasa gitna. Okay, so I will teach you how to solve for its equation kapag nasa gitna na siya, nasa mismong panel na siya ng pinagkukuhanan natin. Pero I will teach you a shortcut, no, after this. Okay, so ito na, no? So 6, when x between 6 and 12, nasa mismong panel na natin siya. Kung saan yung kinukuha yung influence line ng shear natin, no? Panel BC na tayo. Okay? So dito, kung papasin natin, yung 1 kasi dito nasa gitna na ng B and C. So ito yung ating 1. Ito yung point, yung ano natin, panel joint BC natin. Okay? Nandyan yung mga yung beam natin. Okay? So, ito, meron tayong reaction dito vertically. Dalawa, no? So, ito yung ating x mula sa point A na to. Okay? Point A, ito yan. So, x mula doon. So, this is 6 meters, no? Yung distance niya. Okay? So, ang gagawin natin dito, kukunin lang natin kung depende kung anong segment ang i-consider mo, no? So, i-consider na natin yung left, itong left na to, no? Left portion, no? Consider natin. So, ang una natin kukunin dito will be ito, yung reaction na dito sa B. Kasi itong reaction sa B, itong BY na to, okay? Ita-transfer kasi natin yan doon sa girder natin, no? Kung saan na tayo magka-cut. Okay. So, ito yung ating RA kanina. So, ito yung ta-transfer natin, yung BY dyan. Okay, yung 1 natin kasi wala na, nasa gitna yun, no? So, ito yung ika-cut natin kanina. This is your B at panel BC, no? Okay, so, kailangan natin itong BY. Kasi yung kalahati pupunta sa C. I mean, yung remaining reaction will be going to C, no? Okay, sa kabilang part naman yon. Dahil ito lang kinoconsider natin, so yung BY lang ang dapat natin kunin. So, para makuha yan, mag-moment lang tayo sa C, no? Summation moment at C is equal to 0, positive clockwise, no? So, clockwise, BY natin, ito, times 6, no? Yung kanyang moment arm mula sa C. And then, minus yung 1 times yung kanyang moment arm. Ang moment arm niya is this one. So, from A to C is total of 12 minus X. Ito yun. Ito yung moment arm niya. So, that is 12 minus X. So, 12 minus X is equal to 0. Okay, so yung BY natin, meron siyang equation na transfer to 12 minus X yun. Transfer mo divided by 6. So, 2 minus X over 6. Okay? 2 minus X over 6. So, yun yung magiging BY natin. So, ito yung iloload mo dito, 2 minus X over 6. Saka natin pwedeng gamitin na yung equation natin, equilibrium equation. So, yung RA, lagay ko lang dito, 1 minus X over 8. Summation forces along Y is equal to 0, positive upward. So, makukuha na natin yung V dito. So, negative V minus 2 minus X over 6. Ito yun, no? Ito yung BY. Minus din, kasi pababa. And then plus 1 minus X over 8 is equal to 0. So, V ngayon is equal to, so negative 2 na to plus 1. So, magiging negative 1. Yung V kasi magpa-positive na siya. Okay? Dahil transfer natin sa kabila. And this, so, dito magiging X over 6. This is over 18. So, okay? Over 18 yan. And then, so magiging plus X over 6 minus X over 18. So, gamitin natin calculator ng plus. So, that is 1 over 6. This is plus, no? Minus 1 over 18. So, lalabas 1 over 9. Okay? So, 1 over 9 to. Okay? Plus X over 9. Okay? So, ito na yung magiging V natin. So, pwede nating baliktarin. No? X over 9 minus 1. Okay? So, I think, tapos na. Okay, we're going to draw na. You know? Alright? Yung ating IF, influence line. So, first, we draw it. This one. Okay, so, palitan natin yan. Ayan, no? So, ito yung ating total length. Then, lalagay ulit tayo. So, yung una muna, this is 0. No? May tatlong panel dyan. So, first situation natin. So, when x is 0, ang shear natin, 0. So, when x is 6, So when x is 6, what is our shear? That is 1/3, no? So when x is 6, gamit itong equation na to, no? Gamit itong equation na to. When x is 6, so negative 6 over 18, that is negative 1/3. So nasa baba na siya. So from 0, so negative 1/3, let's say, nandyan siya, no? Okay. So next tayo naman. So dito muna tayo sa pangatlo. Pwede natin laktawan yan eh. Okay, so sa tatlo, okay? Dito na tayo sa pangalawa. Sorry. Okay, so sa pangalawa na lang muna. So I will teach you mamaya kung ano yung shortcut nito. Okay, so ito. When x is equal to 6. Ito pala yung pangalawa. No? Ito sa gitna. BC. Sorry, BC. Okay, so ito yun. That is when x is equal to 0. Okay. So I think we have a dapat same ito, no? Ang lalabas dito dapat na answer natin the same. Okay? By looking at this one, this become 0. 6, sorry. So 6 pala, hindi pala 0, no? So 6 over 9, that is 2/3, no? So 2/3 minus 1, that's equal to 1/3. So parehas, sorry. Okay? So 1/3, so same, no? So next, pagdating sa 12, when x is equal to 12, so 12 over 9, so 12 over 9 is 4/3. Okay, so 4/3 minus 1, that is positive 1/3. Okay, tama ba? Yun. So next tayo, insert natin ulit. So next tayo dito. So when x is next equation, so hindi natin magagamit to kasi nasa pangatlong panel na tayo, CD. Ito na yung gagamitin natin. So when x is equal to 12, so what is our v? So 1 minus 12 over 18. So 12 over 18, that is 2/3. Okay, 1 minus 2/3 is equal to positive 1/3. So tama, nandito sa point na to, positive 1/3. And then next, when x is equal to 18. So when x is equal to 18, 1 minus 18 over 8, 18 over 18, that is 1 minus 1. Okay? So dito na yan. M0 tayo na. And this is the influence line for the shear at panel BC. Okay? So lagyan natin ng label para hindi kayo malito. So this is point A, panel joint A, panel joint B, panel joint C, and panel joint D. Okay, so ibig sabihin, pagdating sa BC, ganyan siya. So merong certain point sa BC natin kung saan mag-zero yung shear. Okay, sa panel BC. Okay? Diyan na, this is the uh, influence line for the panel BC. So, paano yung shortcut, sir? So, ang pinaka-shortcut dito, so hindi mo na kailangan kunin yung ginawa natin sa pangatlong part. Ito, no? So, bakit? So, kailangan lang kasi natin tong dalawang ito. So, paano ba natin gagawin? So, matik kasi yan. The correct, correct na influence line is dapat magdudugtong lang yung magkabila, no? So, if we're going to draw that, halimbawa yan, tapos ginamit lang natin tong dalawang to. So, ganun pa rin. Okay, so ganun pa rin siya. So, halimbawa, ganyan lang siya. So, nakuha natin ng ganyan, tapos nag-solve ulit tayo. Gamit naman itong panel dito sa CD, gamit itong equation na yan. So, malalaman natin na pag ganyan siya. Okay? So, imagine nyo wala ito, hindi natin sinolve. So, nag-less tayo, konti, nabawasan ng oras ng pagsusolve. Ito lang sinolve natin. Yung before the panel, saka yung after the panel. Kung saan natin kukunin yung C, no? Okay? So, dyan, makukuha natin, agad-agad yan. So, yun. So, dugtong lang natin. So, ang gagawin mo lang, idudugtong mo lang. So, yun na yun. Okay? Hindi ka na nag-solve. Okay, ng isa pang situation. Idudugtong mo lang siya. Okay? Ganun yung pinaka-shortcut niya. So, no need to solve this one. Okay? Pag tayo nagmamadali na, ano? Okay? So, lagay lang natin yung level. Huwag natin kalimutan na merong magnitude to. Ito, negative 1/3 yan. This is also 1/3 positive. Okay? Okay? So, next, sa moment naman. So, sa moment, ganun din. Okay? Pero kailangan mo kasi ng exact point kung saan mo kukunin yung moment. Okay? Unlike sa shear, walang ah bearing, no? Kahit saan ka mag-cut. Ay, sa moment kasi, kailangan merong position. Okay? Same pa rin ang gagawin nyo pagdating sa moment. Okay? So, sa book, mostly ang kinukuha is the moment at this point. Okay? Point B, point C. Okay, ganun lang din ang gagawin natin. So, let's try, no? Moment at point C. Okay, so let's duplicate this one. So, yan. Solve natin to, no? Yan, moment naman ang kukunin natin. Okay, let's continue, class. Okay, for example, we're going to solve for the IF. Influence line for moment. Off moment. Okay. At point C. So, I will teach you the shortcut. So, pinakamabilis. Okay? So, at pinaka madaling intindihin, no? So, ito, hindi na tayo gagawa ng equation. Pero magsasolve pa rin tayo, no? Using the equation ng equilibrium. So, ang gagawin lang natin dito, point C. So, ang gagawin mo lang, so, unang-una, so, ang gagawin mo kasi alam mo na dati, nasa point na to, 0 na ang moment sa C. No? Pag nandito yung 1 natin, sa A, automatic 0 na yung C. Pag nasa D naman, automatic, yung 1 natin pag nasa D, okay, yung moving load natin, nasa support siya, siyempre, didirekta ng kukunin ng support ang load na yun. So, wala nang kukunin ng moment, no? Sa C, sa 0, 0 na yan. So, ang gagawin mo, dahil C ang kinukuha mo, itatapat mo yung 1 sa C mismo. Okay? So, tatapat mo yung 1 sa C mismo. Okay? Tatapat mo ngayon yan. This is your 1. So, ang kukunin mo, yung reaction dito, para makuha natin yung moment. This sa point C na to. Okay. So, to solve that, so you need to solve for this reaction here, no? So, mag-summation moment ka lang dyan. At D is equal to 0, positive clockwise. So, we have AY, tama? So, AY times 18, okay, minus 1, okay, times sa kanyang moment arm, that is 6, no? Okay, kasi, okay, 6, 6, tapos 6 to. Okay, so that is, from here to this one is 6 meters, so 6 is equal to 0. So, ang AY natin is equal to 6 over 18. Okay, 6 over 18. So, yan yung AY natin. So, kukunin na natin yung moment dito. Sa part na to, kakat mo lang yan. So, ang magiging FBD niyan, class, is like this one. Okay? This is 1. Ito yung ating moment, M. This is your 6/18. So, pwede mo rin gamitin yung kanina. Yung equation natin kanina, I think that is 1 minus x/18, no? So, ang x natin dito, yung 1 kasi natin nasa 12 na, no? So, magiging 1 minus 12/18. So, tama. Ang lalabas is 6/18, no? So, yun. Pwede naman yan, no? Okay, so yan. Nakuha na natin. So, ang M natin dito, okay, sa shortcut, siyempre, ito times yung kanyang moment arm. That is 6/18 times, okay, 12. Tama? 12 meters yan. So, ang M natin dito will be, this is 3/4, 2/3 times 6. So, 6 times 2/3. So, M natin ngayon is equal to, so, kakancel to. This is 2. So, 4. 4 ang M natin. Okay? So, meaning, if you're going to draw na natin. Yung influence line natin. So, ganyan siya. And then, so at point C, sa point na to, 4. Okay? And then, another one, dito. Okay? Dugtong niya. And then, okay. So, yan yung pinaka-shortcut niya, class, no? So, this is 4. Okay? This is 4.0. Okay. And then, by similar triangle, makukuha mo na ito. Dahil kalahati lang naman yan. So, this is 2.0, no? This is 6. This is 6. So, pagdating dito, 0. So, point A, point B, point C, 6 meters, point D. So, ito na yung influence line for moment at C. Okay, pwede mong gawin yan, no, sa iba pang mga problem natin. Okay, yung shortcut na yan. Okay? So, sana may natutunan about the how to solve for the influence line of the girders with floor system. Okay? So, thank you very much, class. See you on part 3. That is influence line for trusses.